Hello, everyone. And so, after a long hiatus, after our excellent musical extravaganza, we are back again with another interesting and a really, really interesting and exciting session of origami. Origami is a Japanese art, and to and to have this executed for conducting the master class, we have Dr. Ankita Deshmukh with us. So she should be joining us any moment. And let me just see. She's not yet joined. Maybe there's some technical error on her side. But till then, let me see how many people have joined us so that we can. Yeah, hi Moshumi. So you all can put your comments. You all can put your doubts or whatever you all feel. Whatever you need to know, your doubts about origami, which paper to use, what you all can tell me. Yes, hi Dr. Ratindas. Let me see. I don't know why I can't see Dr. Ankita out here. Hey, hi Dipali. How are you? Give me 1 minute, guys. Please hold on. Dr. Ankita is not able to join due to some reason. So, okay, I've been guiding her through. Please hold on for a moment. So, what happens with origami is basically it's the paper folding art, and the paper folding art really, really looks beautiful. Basically, you can reuse the paper. First of all, you can reuse the. Hey, hi, my best friend joining in, Manju. So nice to see you. In fact, so nice to see all of you around here. Dr. Silkita, you need to join right away. Give me 2 minutes, guys. I'm going to mute this for a while. So sorry to keep you all holding. Do you all have any doubts? Hi, Ankita. We have been waiting for you.
Hi, ma'am. I'm very sorry. There was a little bit of a problem connecting.
No issue. So we were just talking about origami. So
Oh,
so before we talk about origami, let me introduce you. Friend, she's Dr. Ankita Deshmukh, a periodontist, and she has completed her undergraduation and post-graduation. Why people are asking me to unmute again? Can you all hear me now? Ankita, you can hear me?
I can hear you, ma'am. You are very
Yeah.
audible.
Yes, Tulsi, can you hear me? Actually, I muted because I wanted to call you at that time, probably. Yeah.
Oh,
So, yeah. So, Dr. Ankita is undergraduate and postgraduate from D.Y. Patil University of Dental Sciences, Mumbai, and she's a very well-known periodontist. Right now, working as an associate professor. Correct me if I'm wrong. At MGM
correct,
Dental.
ma'am. Yeah.
So, we are so glad to have you on the platform, Dr. Ankita. You can see her amazing digital paintings on our website too, guys. But she's a master at origami. Trust me, you're going to enjoy the session big time. So, tell me about origami, Ankita.
Ma'am, first of all, thank you for having me. It's always been a pleasure. I was one of the original orthodontists when you started
Yes,
when orthodontist you had started in the year 2019. So it's a real big honor to be presenting a live workshop here right now. So, ma'am, when it comes to origami, I've always been very fascinated with the Japanese culture, like over the past 20 odd years. So that is what introduced me to origami. So origami is basically Japanese paper folding. So oru is folding, gami is paper. So that is the origin of origami is Japanese. There are different types. There are different papers that you can use in origami. Recently, there is no a lot of innovation has happened in origami. So, but today I'm going to be teaching a few very basic and very popular uh, origami arts, and
okay,
I really hope everybody can enjoy. They can make them at home later, and I will
sure.
also tell how you can use them in decorations, or how to use them, because origami usually you make and you keep at home. So instead of doing just that, we can use them to decorate our rooms and have a nice decor all around. So I'll be telling that as well.
Absolutely, we trust you for that.
Thank you, ma'am.
So, yeah, so till the time Dr. Ankita is adjusting her camera to the
Yes.
workstation, let me tell you about Dr. Ankita. When she was with us at Taj, so Mrs. Nisha Jamwal, she had selected her, okay, she can join back. So she had selected her entire role. She had beautiful, amazing uh, a very very amazing dolls she had made out of origami, and they were so beautiful. She had kept them as like 1 2 3 4 5 as a scroll sort of a thing, and you can also do it that way, isn't it, Ankita? You
Yes,
can also
ma'am.
make that sort
Yes.
of a
So
thing.
I have one of my frames to show. So this is what I had done at
During that time, so you
yes.
can
So
kind of tell them how this is to be done.
yes, so I will be teaching how to make the doll as well, but that is going to be the last part of my workshop.
Right.
So, ma'am, with your permission, I would like to begin.
Please start. Please start.
All
People are
yes,
waiting desperately to know about it.
of course.
Yeah.
So the first thing, ma'am, that I would like for everyone to see today is an origami star. So this is something that I have been making for a very long time.
Oh, that's so pretty.
Yeah, they are very pretty, and they make very good room decors. So what I have right now is a jar full of stars right here. So that's about
Wow.
a couple of thousand stars in there.
Mm.
This is extremely therapeutic. You had a rough day at work or something, so you can always go ahead and make stars. So what I'm
Absolutely.
using right now for these stars is a quilling paper. Okay, so
Uh-huh.
quilling paper is available in different widths, different lengths. Okay, so this is
Uh-huh.
about a centimeter of quilling paper that I will be using. Okay, and it is
Okay.
very easy to make a star. So I'm just going to cut off this uneven end right here, and after
Mm-hmm.
that I'm going to make a knot. Okay, so you fold the long end of the paper, you fold it over the short end. Okay, like so. Okay, and then just how you would tie a knot, you'll insert this here, pull it, pull the long part, and you will
Yes.
gently press it here so the knot holds. Pull it through, pull it through. Okay,
Oh, that's
just be
beautiful.
careful that the yeah, it is very nice, it's very therapeutic and very amazing to be making these stars. So you will just press it gently so the knots hold. So the knot holds. So this is what the knot is going to be looking like. All right. Now this extra
Right.
part right here, you can just fold into the back. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And now this part right here, you will be folding it over. Okay. Just fold it over the sides of the pentagon. Okay. So I folded it once. I'll fold it a second time like so. And I'll fold it
Uh-huh.
a third time. Okay.
Okay.
Now what I want here is to be able to fold in the sides of the star like that.
Right.
All right. So I will not fold the paper too many times, otherwise it will become so thick that I will not be able to fold in the sides. All right. So after 3 turns, I'm going to cut the excess from there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to gently tuck this in. This open end, I'm going to tuck it in like that.
Okay.
All right. Then I'll make sure all my folds are in place. Okay. I'll press it
Mm-hmm.
down a little bit if need be. Okay. I'll turn it around. Now I have to hold it on one side. On the other side, I will gently put a little pressure with my fingernails. Okay. And I'll press it down. So you get a pointed edge like that.
Hmm.
All right. So this is what I will do again on this side. Okay. So I have to do this 5 times for it to get that star shape. Okay. Now, if the folds are not holding, I have to go over them again. Okay. And again.
Hmm.
All right. And if you see anything of this sort poking out, you can always cut it or fold it in.
Oh, beautiful. Guys, if
So,
you haven't understood, you can ask for a repeat uh, session of this particular star so that you get how to do it exactly. Beautiful.
yeah.
Do you all
So these
if you all
stars,
can write it in the chat box, you all have understood how to make it. Otherwise, she can show it again.
yes, I can. So this star is going right into my jar of stars now.
Yeah,
And
that's
these
really
look
beautiful
really
because
beautiful in the room.
that can hold concentration of children also for a very long time.
Yes, it can. It can. And but I would advise everybody to use a paper of a slightly less GSM, like a 70 or an 80 GSM paper, because then that is a little easy on the fingers. The thicker paper you use, it's going to be difficult to fold. All right, at some point, your fingers are going to start hurting. So it is better to use a thinner paper, okay, and an unglazed paper. So you can use an unglazed thin paper, and anything between a 70 to 100 GSM works. All right, and you can do any kind of origami. So this is the star.
So can they also use newspaper?
They can also use newspaper, ma'am. Newspaper origami looks really pretty, really pretty.
Because
In
just for
fact,
them
I
to
know
get the hang of it initially.
yes, ma'am. So newspaper, they can use newspaper. They can even use any kind of white paper or newspaper that they can hand paint. I
No,
know a lot of people who do digital backgrounds, do digital designs, and they print their own origami paper as well.
right. And
So
they can also put
yeah.
glitter and stuff like that on that.
Yes, yes, of course, of course. Anything goes. Origami is a very flexible art, so you can use any kind of decorations, any kind of paper, as long as the paper is thin and it holds the folds. The folds have to be very crisp.
So do you all want us to show the star again? If you all want us to show the star again, just type it in the chat box, or we go ahead with another thing, or you could just repeat it once. The
I
star.
will repeat it one. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Okay, so here I have a quilling paper of about 1 centimeter width, which I'm going to tie into a knot. So this is going to be my knot. I'm
Hmm.
going to put the long end through here, pull it like I would for a knot, and gently press it here so the knot holds.
Right.
Okay, so this is going to be my first fold. So this type of origami is called strip folding. So
Hmm.
there are different types of origami. So this is strip folding. I'm going to cut this off so it doesn't jut out at the end, but you can always bend it behind and tuck it in. So the remainder I'm going to tuck.
Hmm.
All right, so I have something like this now. Now this end, I'm going to fold it over one side of the pentagon like so. Okay, so it was like this, and I folded it over like this. Then I'm going to fold it
Absolutely.
in the back again like so. And my third fold is going to be again along the side of the pentagon like that. All right.
Beautiful.
Now,
Beautiful.
yes. So now I will not fold it any further because then it will make the folding, the side crimping a little difficult. So I'm going to cut it here, and I'm going to tuck this side inside. So you get a pocket here. So I'm going to gently tuck it inside.
I'm sure this must be simpler with children's hands. They have small
Sorry.
little hands.
Yes,
They
yes,
have,
yes, yes.
children have small little hands.
Yes, this will be very, very. This part especially is going to be very easy on the children. With their little fingers and little nails. This is going to be very easy. So I'm
Yeah,
going to crimp it like this right here,
so beautiful.
and this is my star. So that's what my
Beautiful.
star is going to be looking like.
And it's a nice plump star.
It is a nice plump star. Yes.
Yes.
And
So,
although I have used a 1 centimeter strip here, people can use
okay.
whatever they are comfortable with. If they want to make bigger stars or smaller stars, you can use paper. You can cut paper accordingly and use it to make these stars.
Okay. Okay. Beautiful. So,
Yes,
what next are we learning
yes.
today?
So, ma'am, the next thing I would like for everyone to see is the butterfly. So
Hmm.
these are just some
That is
butterflies,
something
and
I'm
I've
sure
made.
everyone would love to.
Yes, this is a very, very nice thing. And a while back, I had a lot of these butterflies pasted everywhere in my room. So they looked really pretty. So here I have a square a craft paper. Okay. Now this craft paper, it's available very, very easily. Okay, in
May
any
I interrupt
stationery
you,
shop.
Ankita?
Yes, ma'am.
Agreja
Yes,
wants
ma'am.
to see the jar of your stars.
She wants to see my star jar. Okay.
Yeah.
This is my star jar right here. So this has about 2,000, 3,000 stars in it, and they are all spilling out right now. Okay. So this is my star jar.
Okay, happy Agreja?
Thank you,
Yeah.
Agraja.
So now
All
we are
right.
going for the
Yeah.
butterfly.
We are going to be making the butterfly. So here I have a square sheet of paper. So I will be folding it in half like that. Okay, and in origami, you have to make sure that the folds are absolutely crisp and that they will not open at any stage. So with the tip of your finger, you can just press it along the fold line like that. All right, we will open
Hmm.
this. We'll fold it in the other direction in half again. Okay, always use a stable surface for origami. You cannot do it without a table or a stable surface. A hard
Right.
stable surface is an absolute necessity. Okay, so your paper is going to have two folds like that. All right,
Hmm.
then I'm going to turn it over and fold it in a triangular half like that.
Okay.
Again, I'm going to make sure that my fold is crisp and it will hold. I'll open it and I'll fold it in the other direction.
Hmm.
So I have done two diagonal folds and two longitudinal
Right.
folds. All
Right.
right. So now I'm going to open this. Okay. And I'm going to push the square folds inside. Okay. So these are my square folds. These I'm going to push inside. Okay. Like that. So this is a little tricky. So you see my diagonal folds, right? Okay,
Right.
and these are my longitudinal folds. So I'm going to push these inside like that.
Hmm.
Okay,
Hmm.
and press it in like that. So I have a
Oh,
triangle.
beautiful. Did
All
you all
right.
get
So
that?
this,
The
If you want me
fold?
to show you this, because it's a little
Yeah,
bit
just
tricky. So
just go back to the original fold and start from there.
yeah, so this is
I'm
going
going
to
to
be
try and get you to a bigger screen. Let me
okay.
see. No.
All right.
No, not yet. Sorry, not able to get you to a bit.
Not
So we'll have to manage
okay.
with this. Yeah.
All
Okay.
right. All
Okay.
right. So I'll just try to zoom in a bit so then it's a little more visible.
Huh.
So this is what I'm going to get after all my folds are done. Okay. So
Hmm.
the folds that I did, the first two folds that I did, the longitudinal folds, I'm going to push two of them inside like that. You have to push them inside. So the top of
Hmm.
your paper looks like that, like a tent. Okay. Push it and then you get a triangle like that. Okay. So the inside is going to be
Okay.
looking like this. Okay.
Right.
And then
Right.
again you will go over all the folds to make sure again that they don't open up. All right. Then I'm going to
Right.
fold my paper into half like that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And then I cut it. Okay. The open end, you see there's an open end and there's a closed end. All right. So the open end,
Yes.
I'm just going to round it off a bit. Now, originally, origami does not involve use of scissors. There's no cutting. There is only folding.
Okay.
All right. So the origami, the paper art that involves cutting is called kirigami. So kiri is basically cutting. Kiru means to cut, and again gami is paper in Japanese. So now that I
Okay.
have this, I'm going to take two ends. Okay. So you have a flap
Okay.
here, and you have a flap here, right? So I'm going to take
Okay.
one of those flaps, and I'm going to fold it along the center line. Okay. There's a center line. Along this line, I'm going to be folding the flap like that.
Okay.
Okay. Again, making sure that the folds don't open.
Right.
Folds are everything in origami, so you'll hear me repeating this over and over. Crisp folds. You have to keep going over the folds. They cannot open, you will ruin the origami. Okay. So two sides
Yes.
are folded along the center line. So this is what you're going to be seeing. All right. Then I'll flip this over. Okay. On the flip side, there's just a triangle with two rounded edges. And then the pointed end, the pointed side, the pointed end, the end of the triangle, I'm going to fold upwards. Okay. Upwards, how much? When I flip it over, I should be able to see the tip of the triangle. Okay. I should be able to see it on the other side. Then this little tip, I'm going to fold over like that.
Okay.
Okay. And this,
Okay.
you have to really press it in because this tends to open up. Okay.
Okay.
If need be, you can also paste it. Okay. Put a little drop of glue and then you can secure it in place. So you can just fold it over. Okay. And I'm going to give this side along the midline, I'm going to give it a little bit of a bend.
Okay.
Okay. So that is what my
Beautiful.
butterfly is going to be looking like. Now the
Absolutely.
variation in this would be this butterfly wherein I have not cut the edges. Okay, so it has pointy wings. Okay, and this
Hmm.
one where I've just rolled the wings in a bit. So you can make it anyhow you want. Okay, origami again. You can really let your imagination loose with origami, and
Right.
this is what an origami butterfly looks like. So this is a very basic butterfly. This is what happens. So this is going to be opening up. So I don't want that. All right. So
Right.
I'm going to be pressing it in, and this is what a butterfly will look like.
And you can stick it to the wall with the help of a double sticking tape or
Yes, you
something.
can do that. Yes, yes, absolutely. Absolutely, you can do
And
that.
and
Now,
also
this
you
is a
can have
very
it in different shapes and sizes.
you can have it in different shapes and sizes. Yes. Now, like I said, when you're folding, when I did the cutting of the wings here, that is when you can be like really imaginative and give it a shape that you want.
Right.
So when you open up, you're going to get different shapes of wings like that.
Right. And you can then color the butterfly the way butterflies
Yes.
are.
Yes, you can absolutely do that. Yes. Yes, you can do it with a white paper and maybe color it. So those look really nice.
Hmm.
So my butterfly keeps opening.
And even on this, you can color. You can put a yellow, bright yellow spots.
You can put a golden glitter on it. You can put yeah, you can paint it anyhow you want. You can maybe make just a border of some glittery color, like a metallic color.
Yes,
Yes.
really beautiful. And I can give a tipping. You can even varnish this if you want. So
Yes,
they
ma'am. You can
have option.
absolutely do it. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
You can varnish it. You can in fact
and
even
it is
use it
very
in
easy
resin.
to clean then.
It is. It is very easy to clean. In fact, I tried doing this, tried pouring this, putting this in resin. Okay, so once this is coated in
Ah,
resin, you can even use it as a dangler, or you can as a mobile strap, or you can have a smaller version of this which is embedded in resin. You can use it for as earrings or any other kind of accessory that you want.
oh, so this is also a sort of that. My niece has made this for me. So she has
Oh,
made it as a dangler.
oh.
So her naming Advika. She's a young, bright kid, and she has made this with the origami quilling stuff.
Kids these days and their talents.
Yes, yes, absolutely. This is really beautiful. Just too good.
Thank you.
And the way you showed it looked really easy, and I'm sure people would follow it. Even if you can't follow it right away, but later on, you can always, like, pause the video, check it out again, and do it again.
Yes.
Very simple to
Yes, absolutely.
do that because
Absolutely.
the video is
Yes.
going to remain over there.
Origami
So,
does
what's
take a
next?
little bit of time because the folds and all, to learn the folds and to actually do an origami art is a little bit difficult, a little complicated, I would say. But once you
Right,
get the hang of it, it's real fun. Yeah, but everybody is always welcome to go over and over the videos and
right,
learn. You can maybe, make your own techniques and, make really beautiful things.
absolutely. So, what next are we going to do?
So, ma'am, next I'm going to be doing a paper crane. So this is an origami
Wow.
crane.
So
So
I'm going to get you
this
back to spotlight.
I
Yeah.
would love to, ma'am.
Huh.
So this
Yes.
the origami crane basically is probably the most popular origami art out there. So
Right.
origami people, I think, would relate it to the crane. This is a tinier version of the big crane that I have made. So you can see it up close, and this is what I'm going to be teaching. So for the
Right.
crane, I again have a square sheet of paper. Now this is a very colorful paper, a very thin, about 50 GSM paper, and it's unglazed, and this holds the folds really well. So this paper is basically bought in Japan, so
Oh,
it's
so
available
you've been to
online.
Japan for your
I
love
have
for
been to
Japanese
Japan
art.
twice. Oh my gosh, I've been to Japan twice, and it's a beautiful country.
Okay.
So for the crane, I will be folding my paper in half again, like that.
Uh-huh.
Then I will fold it again like that. So the basic folds of origami here remain the same. So we are folding the paper in half, like that. Okay, making
Okay.
sure to go over the folds. We'll open,
Mm-hmm.
and like how we did for the butterfly, we did a diagonal fold, right? But on the other
Right.
side, for the crane, we will do the diagonal fold on the same side. Okay, on the same side as
Okay.
we did our longitudinal folds. So I'm going to do a diagonal fold like that.
Okay.
And the second diagonal fold like that. All right. So I have a triangle here. Okay. Now what I
Uh-huh.
have to do is, okay, you see a fold here and on the opposite side. All right. I'm going to push
Right.
it in like that. So I'm going to push it in like that.
Okay.
Okay. Again, this step is again a little difficult to follow. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But I have a sandwich like that. Okay. And I'm going to take this side. Okay. I'm going to push it in. Okay. And these two
Okay.
folds, so I have a square here. I'm going to fold it like that. All right. Similarly, I'll do it on the other side.
Okay.
Okay, I'll go over the folds again. And this is what I see on the inside. Okay.
Okay.
Then what I'll do is each side, okay, the side I will be folding against the midline. Okay. So
Okay.
this is the middle fold. I will be folding the sides, okay, to the midline like that. Okay. Similarly on this side. And I will do the same thing on the back.
Okay. Absolutely clean folds. Really clean.
Thank you, ma'am. So I would like to mention here that the Japanese, they have I don't know if it's a myth or a belief. I would say it's a belief that a
Uh-huh.
person who folds 1,000 cranes,
Okay.
all their wishes come true.
Oh,
So
so
these 1,000
everyone
cranes are
start
called, yes,
everyone
start
start
folding.
folding the cranes.
Yes, please. So once I get this cone, what I'm going to do, I have a triangle at the top, right? So I'm just going to fold it in any single direction. It could be on this side or that, but I will be folding it along this line. I don't want these flaps to fold, okay? So I will be folding
Uh-huh.
it over the flap like that, okay? Again,
Right.
go over the folds, then I will open it, okay? Now the next fold is a little tricky. I will open this, okay? I will open this, okay? And now I have folds on either side. Now if you see, I have a fold
Mm.
here,
Yeah.
okay? And I have a fold down here, all right?
Right.
So,
Right.
so once I open this, so once I open this, I'm going to be pushing this paper inside like so,
Oh, wow.
all right?
Okay.
And I'll
Okay.
do the similar thing on the other side. All right. So this is what I'm
Okay.
going to be seeing. I'll be seeing a diamond and I will repeat the same on the other side. I'm going to be opening these.
So this will require some amount of practice.
It does, ma'am. It does. So basically, this requires a lot of practice. So I would like again here, I would like to mention that this is probably my eighth or 9,000th crane right now.
Oh,
So yes,
okay.
so I have folded that many in the past 5 years.
Okay.
Yes. So I've had a lot of practice with cranes, and I remember initially when I started making them, it was really frustrating, very painful. But then when you see the end product, it's so worth it. The cranes look
Absolutely.
really beautiful. So this part is going to become the wings of the crane, and I have a part in the at the bottom which is like this. It is separate. Okay, the
Uh-huh.
top part is not. The bottom part is separate. Okay. Now again, the separate
Right.
part is made up of four subparts like that. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this side and I'm going to fold it in. Okay. But just take note here that although I'm folding it in, I'm not folding it right till the midline. Okay. So I'm leaving some part
Space.
open here. So
Right.
I'm not folding it
Right.
right to the midline. All right. So
Okay.
I'll repeat it on this side
Okay.
and I'll do the same on the other side. Like that. Like that. So now I have a thinner diamond. Okay,
Hmm.
so it's going to be looking like this. All right. But the next thing I do is, again, this is going to be the tail and the beak of the crane. So I will fold this up like that. Okay, slightly outside
Yeah.
and go over the fold. I'll repeat it on this side as well. Okay, and then I'll open
Okay.
it. Okay, I will open it. Then I will
Mm-hmm.
go on to the sides. Okay, I will gently open the side again. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
flip and push this inside. Okay,
So
I
the
have I
paper
have the
does not
diamond
tear,
ready.
right? While doing all
Sorry.
this, the
A
paper does
good
not
origami
tear.
paper will not tear. A good origami paper will not tear. If the paper
Oh,
is too thin, a very thin paper, yes, it will tear. But papers that are made specifically for origami art, they are very strong. Although they are thin, they are very strong papers, and they don't tear
okay.
when you go over the folds.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yes. So I'll go to the side and I will push this inside from here. Okay. So I'm pushing it in like that. Okay, push it in. Now this particular fold is called a valley fold. I'll push it in
Valley
like that,
fold.
a valley fold. And this is the beak of the tail of the crane. Okay, I will do a similar thing on the other side. To the side, open, push from the back and fold
Uh-huh.
inside.
Okay.
Okay, okay, the side will open, push from the back. Okay, and we'll do a
Yes.
valley fold here.
Okay.
All right. So right now, if
Okay.
you see the tail and the beak, they look alike. Okay. So for the beak, what I'm going to
Right.
do, I'm going to do a little valley fold here. So I'll push my nail inside. Okay. There's an opening here. Okay. It's a
Right.
double fold here. So I'll push my
Mm-hmm.
finger inside, thumb inside. With my index finger, I will push it from the back. Okay. Like that.
Huh.
Okay. So it will look like that. And I will press it like that. Just push it in.
Beautiful.
So this is the beak of the crane, and this is what a completed crane is going to be looking like.
Beautiful. Beautiful. So where
So if
does
you want
it?
to make,
Where do you display it?
so this basically it can be displayed as a senbazuru, like how the Japanese do it. So a senbazuru is 1,000 cranes hanging together. So they make
Okay.
strings out of these cranes and they just hang it up. So that looks really beautiful. So
Hmm.
basically, this is done like that, or like your butterflies, you can always paste them around the room, or you can have little wind chimes. You can put a little weighty metal, like small metal blocks, and you can make a wind chime out of this. Okay,
Oh
again,
yes,
these
that's
can
a great
be.
idea.
That is a very good idea. Yes. So, or you can put them in resin or you can put varnish on them and they can again be used as accessories. So, if you make small, tiny cranes, you can use them as accessories.
Hmm.
So, if you want to make the crane look like it is flying, you can just, fold the wings down like that.
Okay.
Okay, so these are the wings of my original crane. I'm just going to fold them down, okay, like that and like that. Okay, and that is going to be a flying crane. That is what a flying
Hmm.
crane looks
Right.
like.
Beautiful. So you can always hang a, I mean, make a hole, punch a hole in that upper wing and hang it at
Yes,
different
yes,
levels.
absolutely. In fact, how they do it basically is you see this point right here. So they put
Huh.
the string through here, it comes out through the back, like through here,
Okay. Okay.
and you can
Okay.
hang it up like
Uh-huh.
that. It looks really pretty. So this
Oh
is the
yes.
crane.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Really nice.
Thank you.
So I guess for the crane part, they will have to really visit and revisit the video.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. But
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to seeing how people do it, like
Yeah. So
if
I'm kind of appealing to people that they make it and post it in the comment box. The pictures they can
Yes,
post in the comment box
yes,
of the same
we'd really
video,
love to see.
so that we can
Yes,
visualize them.
yes, yes.
Yes. So
So
next is
yes,
the
for this,
doll.
the next is the doll, ma'am. So these are some dolls that I made during the lockdown last year. So it was a long, long period of absolutely nothing to do.
These
So
are so pretty.
yes, these are very pretty. I personally really love them, and
Can you get
I
it
use them
closer?
as
Can you
bookmarks.
hold the doll closer to the?
Yes, yes, ma'am. So I can just hold it up like that,
Ah, beautiful,
and yes, and this is something that I've made with a thinner paper.
beautiful.
And thank you, ma'am. These are very easy to make, a little bit more material required than the crane and the stars and the butterflies, but
Uh-huh.
they're relatively easy, they're fun to make, and they look really, really pretty. And you can use them for a lot of different things. You can make, art pieces out of them. You can use them as bookmarks. So bookmarks really, they make
Oh
very, very
yes,
good bookmarks. Yes.
and you can
And
get them laminated to use them as bookmark, right?
Ma'am, actually, lamination is a bit of a problem because this is a little thicker piece. So
Okay.
lamination becomes a problem. But you can always
Okay.
use resin or varnish, and so they don't spoil.
Right.
So, ma'am, I will start with the dolls. Now,
Huh.
here I have a bit of material prepared for the dolls. So, I'm going to be using this paper. So this is basically a slightly thicker paper, and it's very easily available in stationery shops. This particular paper I have got from APMC market, and it is cut in the
Okay.
dimensions of 9 centimeters by 15 centimeters for this piece, for the body of the doll, and for the arms, for the sleeves, this is 7.5 by 7.5 by 6 centimeters of paper for the sleeves. So this is what I
Okay.
have. So this is basically cut out of a 15 by 15 centimeter paper, a normal craft paper, a printed craft paper. All right.
Hmm.
Then
Hmm.
I have two circles cut out. Now these circles will make the head of the doll, and I have this.
Yes.
Okay, this will be the neck of the doll. Then I have two strips of paper right here. Okay, this is going to become
Okay.
the collar of the kimono. Then I have
Kimono
this.
is the traditional
Kimono
outfit
is the
of the
traditional
Japanese.
Japanese dress. Yes. And then I have this a slightly thicker piece of paper, which is going to be the obi belt. Now, the obi belt is the belt that the kimono has, that is tied around the waist and the chest. So this is the kimono
Right.
belt, the obi
Uh-huh.
belt. And to bring the obi belt everything together, we have a string. Okay, so this string is going to be holding the obi belt together.
Okay.
So to begin, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to be sticking these two pieces or round pieces of paper together. Okay, so they look like
Uh-huh.
a lollipop.
Oh yes.
Okay, like that.
Are you
Ma'am, just
there, Ankita?
excuse me for a second. Yes,
Huh.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Just excuse me for a second. My glue has decided to misbehave at the last moment.
Okay, no problem. This is a very very normal usual problem when you want
Things don't work.
they don't work, and they also decide to disappear just when you want them actually.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
The dress, the kimono. Is there any story to the kimono? Like, why do they wear the kimono stuff?
I'm not too sure if there's a background story to a kimono, but
Hmm?
in the olden times, it is said the kimono was basically supposed to be like something that would make a woman look very, very angular.
Angular.
Yes, very, very like a straight box. So there are no curves to
Okay.
a kimono. If you notice the Japanese
Right.
wearing a
It's a
kimono,
very, like, you are kind of just tying yourself around.
yes, yes, basically that. So I personally, wore a kimono when I was in Japan. So it
Uh-huh.
kind of, I felt so restricted. Although it looks really pretty when worn, it looks really
Because when you
pretty
talk
when
about
worn, but
kimono,
there
you
are a lot of,
remember Asha Parekh, Sayonara,
yes, yes, Love in Tokyo.
Love in Tokyo. Because that's the
Yeah.
only, connection we have with kimono, I guess.
Yes, yes. No, kimono is a beautiful dress. A little restrictive, yes, but it's a very beautiful dress. So they have different types of kimonos also.
Hmm.
The big kimonos, the original kimonos are made out of pure silk. What they wear, usually what you see on the TV and all is called a yukata, which is a summer kimono. Okay, so my glue
Okay.
has started working now again. So I'm going to
Huh.
make a lollipop out of this. So I'm going to take this piece of paper here, okay, and I'm going to
Yeah.
stick the round like that, and I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to put one more drop of glue here again,
Hmm.
and I'm going to stick the other side as well. Okay, like that.
Can you get your hands little ahead? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Is that
I'll
better?
get you back
Yeah.
to, yeah, much better. I'll get you back
All right.
to the solo layout. Yeah. So people can visualize it better.
Yes, yes. So this is what my head and the neck is going to be looking like. All right.
Okay.
After that, I'm going to be putting the collar. Okay. So this is the collar of the kimono. Okay. So I'll put just a little drop of glue on the middle of this strip. I will
Okay.
put my lollipop on it like that. Okay. Making
Okay.
sure that I leave a little bit of distance between the base of the head and the strip. All right. Now there is a very specific way of folding this. Okay. What
Okay.
I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it over. Now the right side of my kimono has to be
Hmm.
folded first. Now there's a very
Okay.
specific reason for this. In
That is.
Japan, yeah, so in Japan, when you fold the right over the left, it is considered inauspicious.
Oh.
Yes. So I'm going to be
Okay.
folding the right in first, and then I will be folding the left side over later. So this is what my lollipop, the head and the neck and the
Huh.
collar is going to be looking like.
Okay.
All right. So I'll just put another drop of glue right there inside. So my collar is
Mm-hmm.
secure in place. And I'm going to cut the excess off. We don't want these excess uh, collar strips to be poking out anywhere. Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
this is what the base is going to be looking like. So this is the head,
Okay.
the neck, and the collar of the kimono.
Right.
So I'll just leave it aside to dry for a few seconds. In the
Right.
meantime, I'm going to start with the body of the kimono. So this paper
Mm-hmm.
is basically about 15 centimeters in length and about 9 centimeters in width. Okay.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to fold it back. Okay. Fold it
Uh-huh.
back about 1.5 centimeters back. Okay. This is done very, very arbitrarily. Okay. But
Right.
this is about 1.5 to 2 centimeters back. So you see this white strip. Okay. Then
Huh.
I'm going to fold this strip in half again.
Okay.
Okay. So this becomes the second collar of the kimono.
Right.
All right. I'll flip it over. Okay. Now in the
Okay.
middle of this, okay, middle of this paper, I'm again going
Mm-hmm.
to be pasting my collar and the head. Okay, like that.
Okay.
So I'll put a drop of glue here.
So again, like a bathrobe, basically, that is coming up.
It is like a bathrobe, yes. Okay. Again, when I
Okay.
paste the head in the middle of this paper, I have to make
Uh-huh.
sure that a little bit of the collar is visible. Like when you see it from the back, you see a little bit
Uh-huh.
of this collar.
Right.
All right. So it's very important that the collar remains visible. Okay. Then again, how we did for the collar, we are going to fold the right side in first.
Okay.
Okay. Like that. Okay. You can keep it parallel to the inside collar. Okay, I'm going to press it here. I'm going to fold this, make this fold really crisp. Okay, so you get something like that.
Okay.
Okay, then I'm going to take this end and I'm going to fold it inside. Okay,
Okay.
now this side, if you notice, is a little slanting. Okay,
Yes.
so my doll is going to have a nice curvy shape. Okay, so she's going to be a little wide at the top and then she's going to taper at the bottom, and they look really pretty that way.
Yeah. And you
All
can
right,
be
so
as creative as you want out there.
absolutely, absolutely, ma'am. With these dolls,
Uh,
creativity can really, you can be as creative as you want, as creative as you want.
yes.
Then I will take the other side, I will fold it over, hold it like that, press it again inside, like that, okay? And then I will fold it in. So I'm going to
Hmm.
make a slanting line on the other side as well.
Hmm.
All right. Now
Yeah.
here, I'm going to be folding it like that, and then you can just fold this side out, or you can just fold this
Okay.
side out. Okay,
Okay.
so it looks like the kimono is floating, like
Float. It's
floating in the air.
air. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or alternatively, you can keep both of these sides closed. Okay, you can turn it over, bend it like that.
Okay.
Okay, bend it like that, and then you can
Hmm.
open it like that and bend it.
Yes. Oh, lovely.
So
Really
this is what the
lovely.
doll is going to be looking like. All right. So till the
Huh.
time I'm preparing the obi belt, okay, I'm just going to put a couple of clips here so the folds don't
Right.
open up. All right.
Right.
So I'm just going to put a clip here, okay,
Hmm.
and then we can go over to the obi belt. Now for the obi belt, I have two colors here. So there I have a yellow and I have a pink. But I think the
Hmm.
yellow would look nice and bright.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to be using the yellow one. So
Right.
I'll just put the obi belt here.
Uh-huh.
I'll go around like that
Yes.
and around like that. I'm going to cut off the excess. Put a drop of glue here. So this is what my doll looks like with the obi built in place.
Beautiful. It's shaping out really well.
Yes. And then before I go ahead with the sleeves, I want to put the string on the obi belt. So I have this
Right.
slightly elastic string that I've got again from the APMC market. So I'm just going to
Uh-huh.
cut a bit of the string out. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is around go around the obi belt two times
Hmm.
and tie it in the back. And then I'll come ahead again and tie it in the front.
So they can try, like, uh, if our audience feels, they can even try a
Hmm.
sari or something if they are creative enough. I thought them.
Of course they can. Of course they can. An
If we
origami
want to make,
sari would look real lovely.
yeah,
So I'm just
it
going to
will look really
tie it
pretty.
here like that and tuck it in. So they have these things with OB belts that they put the tie, they put the string, and they tuck it in like that.
Huh, huh.
So this is what the OB sash is going to be looking like once it's in place. Now we have to make the sleeve. So I have these pieces of paper of the same paper as the rest of the kimono. So this is about 7.5 centimeters in length and about
Uh-huh.
6 centimeters in width. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this in half.
Okay. And see, guys, this is not very difficult also. It may look difficult prima facie, but it's not very tough to do. Just that you have to practice a few foldings and clean
Yes.
folding, isn't it?
Yes, yes. Clean folding is very essential for origami. And once they start making these dolls, they can always, use their own techniques, use their own ways to make the dolls, which makes it even easier to do. So what I'm going to do here, a very, very basic thing. I'm just going to put the sleeve right there like that. And I'm going to
Hmm.
fold the behind a little bit outside like that.
Hmm.
Okay. So again, it looks like
It's
the
flowing.
sleeve is flowing in the air. Okay, now
Yeah.
if I want a little bit contouring around the shoulders, I'm going to fold this back. Okay, so this is going to be looking like a sleeve. Now here again
Awesome.
I'm going to put a drop of glue here in the back, and I'll put some in the front. And while this dries, again I'm going to be putting some clips on it so it doesn't
Mm-hmm.
fall off like that. So this is sleeve one done. And for the other sleeve, again, we can be a little, creative when doing the second sleeve. So what I'm going to do
Okay.
here is I'm going to just put the sleeve near the face. Okay. So it looks as if she has her the hand very close to the face. Okay. Like she's a little
Huh.
shy. And then
Right,
I'm going
right.
to fold it back like that. And because we don't want any display of white paper right here, I'm going to be folding it backwards again like that. Okay, so this is the second sleeve done. Okay, I'll remove it from here. I'll go over the folds again so they don't open, and then I will paste it into place. So I'm going to put some glue on the inside here and on the outside here, and I'm going to paste it like that. So this is the basic doll done. And I'm going to put another clip here so again the folds don't open.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
So this is a very
And
basic
she's
doll.
looking so dainty.
Yes, she does. So for the hair, I have three different hairstyles. So what I do is I take a black paper
Okay.
and I make a circle of the same diameter as the head of the doll, and then I draw some hairstyles. And the hairstyles is where you can really be very, very creative. So this is a bob cut. So we can try all the
Oh, so
hairstyles that I've
cute.
made. Yeah. So this is a bob cut,
Oh,
little
that's so
bob.
cute.
So yes. So it's just a flap that opens like that, and we are just tucking it on top of the head, like
Beautiful.
so.
And so
Alternately,
simple.
we can have a little bob in the back like that, and I'm going to put the fringe on top, like so.
Uh-huh.
Or we can have the same fringe, and we will have a knot, a top knot.
Huh.
or we can change
This
the
is what
fringe altogether.
normally what I've observed they have, right? A top knot.
Yes, a lot of times they have top knots, but they are really into bobs and fringes.
Okay. Do they have any headgear too? Do they wear any headgear?
Headgear, not headgear as such, but they are really into a lot of head accessories. So they
Okay.
have a lot of head accessories that match the kimono that they are wearing. The head accessory they change according to the seasons.
Okay.
So the
Okay.
head accessory is called kanzashi.
Okay.
So that changes with the kimono, with the season, with the area where they belong. So a lot of things really, show in their dressing and their hairstyles.
Okay.
So I think we should go with the top knot then.
Yes.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste the top knot. I'm going to be pasting it on the back of the head
Right.
like that. And then from the front, I'm just going to be pasting the fringe.
French. So, what kind of scissors do you use to cut such fine thing?
I have a very regular scissor really, but just make sure that the scissor is very sharp and that you don't use any blunt scissors because then you'll end up ruining the paper. So
Right.
what I have here is this is the scissor that I use very, very commonly. For origami, preferably use a smaller scissor so you'll get very precise cuts.
Hmm.
So, but a very
Yeah.
regular scissor. So this is what my doll is going to be looking like. And I have
Beautiful.
some little decorative items that I've got. So I have these little flowers
Okay.
that we are just going to be pasting on top of the head. So just below the top knot here, a little drop of glue, and I'll go with this dark pink colored flower right there.
We can use
Now
our
again,
tweezers also to put these, I
yes,
guess.
absolutely, absolutely. So I've just put one tiny flower here,
So
and
cute.
that is about it. So I will remove all these clips now so we can see the finished doll. This is
Absolutely.
what this is what the doll is going to be looking like.
Yeah. Can you make it like 90 degrees? The doll so that we can see it straight? No, like turn it
Okay,
on your right. Turn it on your right.
turned on my right. Okay, like how?
Uh, uh, it's okay. It's okay.
Sorry, is
Ha,
that
ha.
is that right? Uh-huh. I
Perfect.
thought so because the the way I've positioned my camera is a little bit weird, I
No
feel.
problem. This
Okay,
is
so this is what the doll is going to be looking like. Let me just clear off.
beautiful. Beautiful. So, how do you find it, guys? I think Ankita really talented. And Ankita is a periodontist, so she's used to doing small little things also. Like, in a very small area, she's used to working in a very small area.
Yes, that's the speciality of
Absolutely
periodontal.
awesome. We really enjoyed the session. Thank you so much, Ankita, for
Thank you so much, ma'am, for
sharing out
having
time.
me. I had a fun time.
Let me tell you guys, Ankita has been really busy today, but since we had already announced the workshop, I did not allow her to back out from this.
Ma'am, I would never, I would really never want to, uh, postpone or cancel on a orthodontic session today was unfortunate, but I really had fun. I
No, no, but
wouldn't have
then it
canceled
was
it for
so good.
anything.
We really enjoyed it. Really
Thank
awesome.
you so much, ma'am. I'm
Thank
really
you so
looking
much
forward to
for
seeing
being
people's
so
work now.
precise. Actually, every fold, every cut was very precise.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, our audience, as usual, for being so supportive and sitting through the session. Thank you, Silkita,
Thank you so much.
Tulsi, Moshumi, rather, I would say Moshumi Bode, Aishwarya. Thank you for being around, and Sarika, Shilpa, everyone. I'm sorry if I missed out of you, because these are the names I can see right now. And even Mr.
Thank
Rajan
you so
Housewaller,
much,
who happens to
everyone.
be my brother, he's a strong pillar of support, always there. And we are going to come back with a very interesting session, but I'm not able to announce the dates right now. Very soon we will get back to it. Thank you so much, Ankita, once again for being
Thank
with
you,
us.
ma'am. Thank you
Take
so
you off
much.
your hectic schedule. Thank you.
No, not a problem. Never a problem for orthodontics, ma'am. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes. So, if you all want any such interesting, if you all want, even in origami, if you all want anything specific, you can tell us. And I guess, Ankita, we can reorganize a session, right?
Of
We
course,
can come
anytime, ma'am.
if they
Yes,
want something specific.
yes, absolutely,
And
absolutely.
also, if they make something, I'm asking them, persuading them to put it in the comment box.
I'm looking forward to it. Yes, yes, please.
Yes. Amazing session by Ankita, ma'am. So has to be your student. Ankita. Another Ankita. Pasad.
Thank you so much. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone. So, bye. Take care. And
Bye,
good night.
ma'am. Thank you. Bye
Ankita,
bye.
you can stay back while I end the broadcast.
Yes, ma'am.